Hello students, here is Ashu Gupta, Assistant Professor. Again welcomes you all on the behalf of your Indraprasth Law College, Greater Noida. Now we are taking a second lecture on the subject of the land laws, which is in the name of the UP Revenue Code 2006 in your syllabus. But firstly here we, before starting UP Revenue Code 2006, we have to know about the some historical background or some general practices about the UP land laws and some practical or the previous acts which are applicable into the UP land laws and governs the UP state government. That's why we are taking some slides which covers the historical and the previous acts of the UP land law, and after that we are discussing about the UP Revenue Code 2006. Then let us see the PPT slides. Now you may see that we are already discussed about the UPZA and LR Act 1950. Before the commencement of UP Revenue Code 2006, there is a act which is called as a UPZA and LR Act 1950, which is applicable on 1st July 1952 in UP state. And there is a zamindari system in India because that was the outcome of the British rule. And first of all, Lord Canning was in the fact that the mind who created the landlords. Landlords means mediators or the zamindars who rule over the agricultural land on the British conquerors. That's why a basic act which is created for the removal of that zamindari system, and the object of that zamindari abolition and land reform act is to reform the conditions of the agricultural land or the belonged persons. That's why British conquerors created the zamindari system for reason of expediency and administrative convenience. You may see that कि ब्रिटिश काल में ब्रिटिशर्स ने ये प्रथा शुरू की थी अपनी एक्सपीडियंसी के लिए और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कन्वीनियंसी के लिए, लेकिन आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस दैट creates a major problem between the farmers or the zamindars. That's why the government decided to take a step and enact the UPZA and LR Act 1950, and that's why the act applicable in the mode of the field. And then there is a one term which is very important in regard to the agriculture land, that is called a firstly year. You may see that firstly year is started from the 1st July to 31st December, and then 1st January to 30th June. It is basically depend on the productive system of our agricultural land, because our 80-90% population is based on the agriculture, or our country is also based on the agriculture. That's why we have to know about the first years, and sometimes it is questioned in your exam paper within the 4 marks. Let us see on the next slide. After that, there is a vesting order. Vesting order means you may see that that is a part of a UPZA and LR Act 1950, wherein the section 4 of the UPZA and LR Act provided that the vesting of the estates was to take place from such date as the state government might notify in the Gazette. And on 1st July 1952, all the estates of intermediaries vested in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Means that is called as a vesting order generated on the 1st July 1952 by the UP state government, which is also known as the date of vesting. In that date, basically the जितना भी एग्रीकल्चर लैंड था जो जमींदारों के हाथ में था या जमींदारी प्रथा को खत्म करने के लिए ज़रूरी था, बेसिकली दैट वाज वेस्ट इन द property of the state, in the hand of the state government. That is called as a vesting of the estates. So remember it, because that is also the part of the 4 marks questions, which is very important, and sometimes it may be in your question paper. Let us move on the next slide. Here you may see that the essential features. What is the essential features of the UPZA and LR Act? That is the reason behind the UP Revenue Code 2006 also, because that is that is also helping to remove the zamindari system, or to reforming the conditions of the farmers or the agricultural land. That's why the basic feature of the UPZA and LR Act is uh, taken here in the name of the essential features. Why? What is the object of that act? As you already know that abolition of zamindari system, one is the most important essential feature of this act. After that, the acquisition of intermediaries rights on payment of compensation. जब उनसे वो प्रॉपर्टी ली गई जमींदारों से, तो वहाँ पर पेमेंट ऑफ कंपनसेशन उन्हें किया गया. जैसे आज की डेट में भी अगर गवर्नमेंट, if government acquires any property for the road construction or the etc., then they will pay the amount, they will pay the compensation to the person. That's why, to the belonging person. That's why that is a basic essential features which is also applicable on that time, payment of compensation. Substitution of bewildering variety of existing land tenures by a simple and uniform scheme. We already know that there is a 14 types of agriculture land tenure holder, 14 types of land tenure holder, which is converted into 4 tenure holders at that time. That's why that is the essential feature of the UPZA and LR Act. After that, prohibition of letting and subletting. It is also an important part of that act. And the development of village republic. It is most important part. How to village developed in this condition, wherein the zamindari system has been abolished on that time. So how to develop the village republic? That is the basic feature of that act, which creates a basic management fundas through the authorities, through the verified authorities engaged through this act also. So remember that. And next one is that to prevent the creation of uneconomic holding and prohibition of accumulation of large holdings. Next one is to encourage cooperative farming and to vest all lands of common utility in गांव सभा. तो जितनी भी प्रॉपर्टी कॉमन यूटिलिटी की थी उसे गांव सभा के नाम से वेस्ट कर दिया गया विद वाइड पावर्स ऑफ लैंड मैनेजमेंट. इसके बारे में भी पढ़ेंगे. व्हाट इज द लैंड मैनेजमेंट कमेटी एंड व्हाट इज द गांव सभा, व्हाट इज ग्राम पंचायत, दैट इज अ इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ दैट land laws. And there is to encourage, there is a object to encourage the cooperative farming also. You may see in the PPT slides. So remember that that is a part which is covered into your question paper within the preview of 10 marks. So please be noted down, and if you have any query, then note down. We will discuss in the next lecture. You may message me also if you have any query regarding it. Now we will discuss about the main part of the Revenue Code 2006. Basically, UP Revenue Code is starting from here. Before that, we will discuss about the some important topics which are covered into your question paper, into your exam papers in the name of the UPZA and LR Act. So please be noted that that the question of the UPZA and LR Act, which is already discussed by me in that lecture or the previous lectures. And here now we will discuss about the UP Revenue Code 2006, which is the essential part of your syllabus. And firstly, we have to know when we will discuss about the UP Revenue Code 2006, that is the authorities. Authorities under the Revenue Board, under the UP Revenue Code 2006. what is the main authorities and what is the working composition and the duties or the functions of these authorities. That is a basic part of the UP Revenue Code 2006, because uh, that is the act which is based on the UPZA and LR Act 1950. Please clarify that things, and most of the things will be taken from that UPZA and LR Act and merged into the UP Revenue Code systematically. Basically, that is a systematically arrangement of the previous Land Laws Act. That's why it is very simple to understand what the themes created by the government regarding the reformation of the agricultural land or the farmers' conditions. So, first question, which is you may say that already have in your question paper, that is the authorities under the UP Revenue Code 2006. Then first and upper authorities and the highest authorities of that UP Revenue Code is Revenue Board. And that question is most important: what is the composition and the powers and duties of the Revenue Board and the board member? There is a chairman and some other board members which is involved to judge the disputes, to clarify the disputes regarding the land revenues portion or the land reforms situations. And after that, there is a commissioner, which is also incorporated with the Revenue Board, and there is additional commissioner. Both are the part of the Revenue Board also, but the Revenue Board is the highest authority of the UP Revenue Code 2006, and commissioner and additional commissioner is has been worked under the UP Revenue Code. And after that, the authority, you may see that in the Tehsil, that is a collector. You may practically already know that if you belong to the village, there is a collector, and then additional collector, after that assistant collector, which is also known as subdivisional officer. That means SDO. In the short form, that is called as a SDO. And there is a chief revenue officer, which works here for the situation, for tackling the situations of the land revenue and settlement officers, and then assistant settlement officer. There is the main authorities under the UP Revenue Code. Next, after that, there is a record officer who maintains the record regarding the Khasra Khatoni or the village republic conditions. And under that record officer, there may be assistant record officer, may be temporary on the temporarily basis. That post may be on the temporarily basis or the permanent basis. And that depends on the state government. And after that, important authorities under that act is Tehsildar, and there is two types of Tehsildar and Tehsildar Judicial, and after that Nayab Tehsildar. And the most common things and most practical post of that UP Revenue Code authorities is that Revenue Inspector, which is also known as Kanun Go. And the field work shows into the name of the Lekpal. You already know that word, because everyone in a life meets the Lekpal or the Patwari. इफ जब आप तहनामा कराने जाते हैं, कोई भी रजिस्ट्री कराने जाते हैं, तो ये सारा काम जो भी रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन करता है, या कई बार जो जनरल पेपर्स हमें बनवाने होते हैं, तो सब पटवारी के हाथों से ही निकलते हैं. पटवारी ही उन्हें वेरीफाई करता है सबसे पहले, क्योंकि दैट इज द एम्प्लॉय विच इज बेसिकली ऑन द फील्ड वर्क. So that is a basic part of the authorities under the UP Revenue Code. Hope you will enjoy that session, and you will clarify all the authorities of UP Revenue Code 2006. And before that, which is already discussed by me in the name of the UPZA and LR Act. All the questions are very important in the perspective of your exam papers. So please be cautious and note it down the queries if you have any. Otherwise, you may note down the important points and be prepared for the prospect of your examinations. Thank you. Be safe and stay at home during this pandemic era.